The J.I. Case Company of Racine, Wisconsin presents Parts Produce Profits. Most Case equipment goes to work the day it leaves the dealership and keeps right on working. Because it helps the owner make a living, he's willing to spend several $100s a year for replacement parts to create thousands of dollars of income. Throughout North America, the parts business is a multi-million-dollar industry. A disabled machine means lost time and money to owners. They must have the part replaced at once, not 2 or 3 days from now. Dealers who can do just that earn their share of the profitable parts market. On the farm, it's a slightly different story. Machinery may stand idle for long periods of time as parts deteriorate from exposure to weather and lack of use. But when the season changes, the equipment has to be ready to go. If it isn't, the parts to make it run are needed right now. These are the people, the potential customers, who have to depend upon your parts department to help them build the roads or produce the grain. If you've got what they want, when they want it, parts produce profits for you. The service department is another big customer. The dealership's reputation for service and the profitable operation of that department depend upon how well it's kept supplied with parts. Because parts play such an important role in the dealership profit structure, it's essential to establish parts department objectives to satisfy customers, reduce inventory investment, increase sales, and make more profit. While these objectives depend upon one another, individually they take certain basic factors to make them succeed. Let's take a look at each objective, beginning with customer satisfaction. It's very important to keep your customers happy. It's obvious you can satisfy a customer only if he can get the part he needs in a hurry. If you can locate it right away without making him wait while you hunt for it. And if you charge a reasonable price so he won't be tempted to go to a competitive specialty house the next time. Keeping the customer satisfied and keeping him coming back over the years depends upon how your parts department is operated. The key person is the man behind the counter, usually the first one who greets the customer. He's neat and reliable, the type of employee who best represents you. And he must have other qualities, too. For example, he must know the product, particularly the case equipment most widely used in your trade area. And when he talks parts with your customers, he talks from knowledge and experience. Yet, whenever he hasn't a ready answer, he should know where to look and know what he's looking for. It stands to reason, then, that a good parts man knows the parts business. He also knows the importance of storing parts as soon as a shipment comes in, putting the fast movers in bins near the counter to make it easy to fill orders quickly for parts in greatest demand. And any man worth his salt is always selling related parts. He never lets an axle go out of the parts department unless he also tries to sell seals and bearings. Besides the additional sales, he's serving the customer by saving him future downtime and a special trip to the parts department. Where do you find a man like this? Well, you might get an aggressive young man from a trade or vocational school. With the right kind of training, he could qualify for the job. On the other hand, how about one of your salesmen? He knows the product and the customers. He could be just the man to make a good parts manager, keep customers satisfied, and increase your parts business. A good parts manager is one of your best investments, one that'll pay off for you, especially in reaching the second parts department objective. Reduce inventory investment. Because it costs 25% of the net dollars in inventory per year to carry that inventory, finding ways to reduce the investment in parts is essential to your business operation. Let's see what we can do about it. An inventory starts with the order. With thousands of parts to choose from, making the right selection for your operation can be a real job for the parts manager. He could speculate, guess what customers might want. But he knows guessing isn't going to satisfy many customers or reduce the parts inventory. Still, guesswork buying is the way some continue to do it. According to a recent survey, from 21 to 89% of the parts inventory in dealerships is made up of items which have little or no chance of moving off the shelves. Fortunately, you can eliminate this situation in your dealership through inventory control. The Case Quality Inventory Control System is the best way to control the saleable inventory of parts. Using this method, ordering is based on the sound principle of sales demand. To control your inventory, you have to know which parts turn over rapidly and which are slow movers. It's necessary to keep records on every item in your inventory. Thorough records tell you what's been ordered, received, sold, and what's still on hand. A case representative will show you how to set up the inventory control system, and the time it takes to keep the records is well worth it. For example, when it's time to place a bi-weekly order, the parts manager simply reviews the flagged stock record cards. He has the facts about the current sales and inventory and orders intelligently. He doesn't buy on speculation. You can be sure he won't make the mistake of ordering parts which he has in good supply. In fact, since he knows what could happen to the inventory investment, he'll take advantage of the Case 30-day return program to send back parts ordered in error. How does he separate the best sellers from the slow ones? Well, 3 sales of a part in 12 months usually indicate that it's a good mover. A good parts manager relies on this rule of thumb when deciding what to order. In addition to 3 sales, 3 demands for an item is a strong signal to stock it. Naturally, you have to keep a record of the demands. You want to know the number of times you ordered it for a customer, and how many customers have asked for a part but couldn't wait for it to be ordered. The sales history and demand, recorded on stock cards, also help in making the right decision for pre-season ordering. It's hard to predict in November what will be selling in May without accurate monthly sales information from the inventory control system. Inventory control keeps your supply of parts in balance and moving. You handle the greatest volume of business with the least investment and yet fill the largest percent of customer orders from stock. It pays off in other ways, too. A balanced inventory increases profit while reducing the cost of processing and possession. An inadequate inventory shrinks profit while adding to the cost of processing, such as the emergency phone calls, extra freight charges, and other costs of special ordering. An excessive inventory, on the other hand, yields a smaller profit with less cost of processing, but the cost of possession goes way up. You need more bin space. You add interest on your investment and increase the outlay for insurance and taxes. In time, most of the inventory may even become obsolete. However, by establishing a quality inventory control system and exercising all your return privileges, you can virtually eliminate an excessive inventory over a period of time. That's another reason for using inventory control to reduce the inventory investment. While we've considered some good ways to reduce the investment in a parts inventory, nothing beats inventory turnover like the third parts department objective: increase sales. Increased sales mean increased profits. It absorbs overhead, permitting your dealership to be more competitive in the sale of new equipment. The customer who comes in for a bearing will walk out with only a bearing unless you draw his attention to other items with an eye-catching self-service display. He may need only a bearing, but an island display of spark plugs, filters, tractor shampoo, touch-up paint, fuel conditioners, and seat cushions could spark his desire for these items. Case parts promotion programs featuring new or special items also increase sales. They induce customers who walk in for one item to walk out with more. But don't depend upon walk-ins alone for increased sales. Reach out for other customers with advertising, direct mail, off-season overhaul, and maintenance promotions. Planned preventative maintenance promotions fill your shop during slow periods and minimize unscheduled downtime for your customers. It stands to reason that whatever you do to increase sales puts you that much closer to the ultimate parts department objective: make more profit. If you satisfy customers, reduce your inventory investment, and increase sales, you'll make more profit. Now let's consider some factors affecting profit which may not be as obvious. For example, business analysts report that it costs up to 18% of the list price of a part which is not in stock to supply that item to a customer. The emergency phone call, the added freight, and the trip to the bus station eat into the profit of a part that has to be special ordered. On the other hand, compare this to your normal cost of operation when the item is in stock. Actually, the short time it takes to keep the case quality inventory control system current reduces the inventory investment, gives up to 90% availability, and it goes a long way toward retaining the profit on each saleable item. Bi-weekly ordering is another smart business practice to improve your profit situation. It's a more efficient way to operate. Case delivers the order on a regular schedule, freight prepaid. Although ordering in cycles offers the opportunity for an extra margin of profit, all dealers have not yet taken advantage of it. If you're missing out on this chance to increase your income, it's time to review the ordering procedures of your parts department. In fact, why not review the total operation of your department with a case representative? See what can be done to invest less, to reduce your inventory investment by establishing an effective case quality inventory control system, to sell more, to increase sales through promotions, merchandising, advertising, direct mail, and slow season campaigns, to increase profits with more efficient ordering and inventory control to make sure parts are on hand when customers want them. When your parts department is developed into a well-run, profitable operation, it's bound to provide better service to your customers as well. You keep them satisfied and build your reputation as the place to buy. Remember, it's your customers who are building the roads, constructing the bridges, placing the concrete, producing the food to keep our economy on the move. And your customers need parts to keep their equipment on the move, parts which produce profits for you. Take action now to get your share of this profitable business.